What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another free pick video. This video is going to be for Wednesday, August 26th. And before we jump into it, I do want to recap some of the picks we had for yesterday. So we actually went 3-2 yesterday, finished just over 1.25 units here, which puts us in the last 7 days up 16.58 units. And for the last 30, you can see 36.74 units. We do have a couple outstanding plays today. It looks like I just got done watching the Bellamir fight, if anybody watches the Dana White Contender Series. And as soon as I heard Alex Apodaca is actually the largest underdog in the history of Dana White Contender Series, obviously I had to sprinkle something on it there. So I did put down 0.1 units to win 1.5 units on that. So that was actually a really entertaining, interesting fight. Big fan of Frank Mir, big fan of his career in the UFC. So I do wish Bella all the best in whatever comes next. I'm sure she'll have her shot. I mean, she's a big name and she's a very talented fighter, but it's MMA and it just didn't go her way. Alex showed up and it really put on a hell of a show there. So congratulations to her. But anyway, as usual, I'll recap these outstanding plays in the YouTube comments and we'll recap it in tomorrow's video as well. But before we dive in, I do want to remind everybody, if you're looking to tail any of these plays today, we do still have the code BEARD for $25 sign-up bonus on Kalshi. 3 users actually used that today, and if any of them happen to be from YouTube, if you want to just send me a DM on Instagram and let me know, I do like to give out a free month of VIP to anybody who does sign up using Kalshi. So if you're unable to, for whatever reason, if you get, friends or family members to sign up for it, as long as you can provide me any sort of validation that you use the code BEARD or the link that's in the description of this video, I'll be happy to provide you a 30-day VIP pass for the winnable group for no charge. Okay, well, with that being said, let's dive right into it here. So we're going to be looking at one player prop and one side for both a MLB game and a WNBA game. So if you want to jump right into it for the WNBA pick, I'm looking at the Golden State Valkyrie at the Connecticut Sun game. Now, I know Golden State is playing really, really well lately, and it looks like if you look right up here in the top right first, this line opened up at 9.5 and has ballooned to 13.5 to say the least. But if you look at the numbers here, I don't know why that happened. So as far as the injuries go, Nelson Adota is out for Connecticut, but that shouldn't change the trajectory of the play too much. I mean, this is a young squad that actually has been showing out when they need to, and they do it especially on home court, which is kind of what led me the direction of covering this 14.5 point spread with Connecticut. So if you look at the last 5 games and all splits here, Connecticut's covered this 14.5 in 80% of those games, whereas Golden State's covered it in 20%. Dating back to the last 10 games, Golden State's only covered this number at 30% of their games, and Connecticut has covered it at 70%. This continues to grow favorably for Connecticut as you look to zoom out, and unfavorably for Golden State. And it gets even better if you look at the home numbers for Connecticut. So 80% in the last 20, 80% in the last 10, 80% in the last 5. You can see Golden State bouncing around here. They have 40% in the last 5. They have 20% in the last 20, in the last 10, and then 30% in the last 20. So even if you look out for the season here, this is just a great job on Connecticut's part. They've covered this number in 84% of home games. And if you look at the away, I'm sorry, for Golden State, they're not covering this at all. 2026, they've covered at a mere 18%. Last 20, they've covered at a mere 15%. And the last 10, it's 20. And the last 5, it's also 20. So the away splits for Golden State, albeit the much better defense, are just not showing up on the road. While I don't think Connecticut by any means wins this game, I do think they do enough to keep it close, especially at that 14.5. So for me, taking a side here, I'm going to lean Connecticut, covering the 14.5. And moving into the player prop for the day, we're going to go to the Cincinnati and San Francisco game today at 3:45. And we're looking at Sal Stewart to go over 0.5 singles or hit 1 or more singles. So in his matchup in the last 5 games, he's actually done this in all 5, 70% of his last 10, 80% of his last 20. If you zoom out to 2026, he's only hit this number in about half of the games, 51% to be exact. But we're going with the hot hand here, and we're just going to kind of expect his momentum to keep rolling. So I do think that it's pretty realistic that Sal Stewart does get 1 or more singles in this favorable matchup. So with that being said, I'm going to lock in at the minus 140 price and play this as a straight. So That's going to be it for today's video, guys. Please feel free to like and subscribe to make sure you don't miss any future content. And make sure to take advantage of some of the discounts and promos that are going to be offered in the description of this video. For tracking purposes, some of those are exclusive discounts only available through YouTube, and you can see that if you click on it with code YouTube. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I look forward to catching up with you tomorrow's video, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.